In this module, we're going to talk about opportunities that are available to you through the CMDS program and CMDS major, both in class and out of class. So one of our class opportunities is the senior capstone options. We have, of course, our clinical practice capstone, which can be taken in the fall or the spring of your senior year, as long as you meet the GPA requirements and your observation hours have been completed. This is a great experience if you are wanting to go to graduate school. It's wonderful to have a client experience that firsthand and really ensure that this is the path that you're wanting to take towards graduate school. CMDS capstone, in that course, we usually focus on some kind of advocacy or service-based project, which is a wonderful way to finish out the major with utilizing knowledge and skills that you have built through the major to serve the public in some way. And remember, you can elect to take both of these courses if you would like. They are both writing enhanced credits, so it can be used to fulfill those two writing enhanced requirements towards graduation. We have a number of other opportunities kind of outside or independent of courses as well, and we're going to talk about these and work through these. So let's first talk about the clinical assistant opportunity. This is the junior spring sequence when you're enrolled in Principles of Clinical Management. You have to have all of your observation hours done, all 25. You have to have a major GPA and an overall GPA of at least 3.0. And if you meet those requirements, then one of the department representatives will come and visit the Principles of Clinical Management course and say, anyone who's interested in being a clinical assistant, sign up, and they will, have a form for you to fill out. And as long as you meet the requirements, then you will be paired with a graduate or a senior student clinician, and you get to support them in the therapy room. So it gets you on the other side of that observation mirror, gets you in the room, and depending on what the client's needs are, this will determine how you might be utilized as an assistant. Perhaps you might serve as a communication partner for that client. Maybe you are going to support the client during transition periods in the session while the clinician gathers the materials for the next activity and gets it organized to then implement. Maybe you're going to present stimuli to the client, picture cards, word cards, vocabulary cards, so many different ways that you could be utilized as an assistant. And the nice thing is you're not in charge of therapy. You don't have that responsibility, but you get the benefit of interacting with the client and then also speaking with a more experienced student who, can give you some advice and tips and encouragement as you are looking into your next steps as well as a clinician. It's a really wonderful opportunity towards having your own client. We do encourage study abroad for any CMDS majors. The best time, if you're going to go for a full semester, a regular semester somewhere, the best time to go is either the fall or spring of that second year sequence. This is where it's the easiest for us to adjust the CMDS courses and tracking you through the major. Or you could go over the summer. Truman has a number of May interim and summer study abroad programs that are fabulous. Or you could also go on our Mexico trip that is sponsored by the CMDS department when you are a rising senior. So after you finished the junior sequence and are heading into your senior year, you have to have observation hours completed and you have to have served as a clinical assistant in order to go on the Mexico trip. We do have research opportunities within the CMDS department. You can work alongside a faculty member to conduct a research project. Oftentimes we have students placed in teams, so 2 or 3 students to a research team. This is simply you going and speaking with a faculty member to find out if they have research, if you're interested in that research, and if you want to work with them. There is not a formal, oh, I signed up for this class and then therefore I do research or anything like that. You just talk with the faculty and make this happen kind of organically through those conversations. It's a great activity to demonstrate on your graduate school applications. If you're at all interested in a PhD program, we have a high need of PhDs in our field, and this is a wonderful, essential first step in you considering and thinking about a PhD program. PhD programs require research in order to complete those programs, and so you can get a taste for research and decide, do I really like this? Is this something that I love and am excited about and can see myself doing as part of a larger PhD program? It's also a wonderful way to integrate multiple areas of interest. So perhaps you are a Spanish and CMDS double major, and we have a Spanish speaking client in the clinic, and you are able to conduct a research project in working with that Spanish speaking client, and it infuses both of your majors nicely. Or perhaps you have a minor in music, and there is an opportunity to research some aspect of instrument playing or vocal music and combine that with CMDS knowledge. And the possibilities here are endless. It's really a wonderful way to integrate those multiple areas of interest that so many of us as students have. We are multifaceted individuals, and so research is a great way to incorporate multiple interests in that way. I always like to remind students that we have scholarship opportunities. We do have CMDS specific scholarships. They are those foundational scholarships. The applications are submitted in March each year, and you usually get some emails that are prompting you and letting you know that these scholarships are available and that you can apply for them. You do apply through TrueView. The William F. Hall Scholarship is for rising seniors, and the Sparks Scholarship is for rising juniors. You can also check out other foundational scholarships that we have at Truman, and you might qualify for some of those. You know, sometimes we have a scholarship where it's specifically for a student that comes from a certain county in the state of Missouri, or perhaps out of state. We might have a scholarship that says, okay, this scholarship is here to support a student from, you know, Adair County, and then you could apply for that if you qualify for that, if that is your home location. Or maybe there are scholarships for certain student organization involvement. There are just so many Truman Foundation scholarships. So I strongly encourage you to apply for those. We always have some scholarships every year that go undispersed, where they just didn't have anyone that applied for that fit the criteria for that particular scholarship. So don't let that be you. Go ahead and apply and see what you might qualify for. You can also sometimes find scholarships from outside entities, for example, speech language pathology mastersprogram.com, but there are other additional ones besides that. A quick Google search will allow you to find out about those scholarship opportunities. Summer courses are another option that you could choose to partake in. You might take a GINS online summer course, or perhaps another degree requirement. Just a reminder that if you are looking at taking courses over the summer, especially from a different institution, maybe a community college back at home, something along those lines, make sure that you fill out and submit the pre-approval of transfer credit form. You want to submit that to the registrar's office sometime in January, February, or March of that spring semester. The registrar's office will review that form and basically give you a stamp of approval that yes, this course that you are planning to take at the community college would transfer in as Stat 190, for example. You want to have that guarantee before you go spend the time, spend the money on that course, because it would be a really big disappointment if you spent all that time and money in the summer on a course and then transferred it back to Truman and they said, oh no, that doesn't transfer here. That's not going to count towards your graduation requirements. What a bummer that would be. So don't end up in that situation. Go ahead and submit the pre-approval of transfer credit form. We have wonderful resources at our Truman Career Center. This is a highly underutilized resource on campus. Go now and visit the Career Center. Find out information about special summer jobs, maybe certain camps that deal with disabled population individuals or medically fragile children or other clients who have communication disorders or just other job opportunities. Maybe you want to explore different career paths because you've had other experiences during your Truman tenure and now you're looking at other options. It's wonderful for resume, for writing your resume. They have resume critiques. They offer information about writing your personal statement for graduate school. It's just, there's so many resources at the Career Center. Check it out. Check it out once a year at least, if not once a semester. You will be better prepared because of it. If you have any questions about any of the opportunities that we've talked about in this presentation, just talk to your advisor. We can connect you and fill you in. I forgot to have a slide about CoDA, but we of course have our Communication Disorders Association, which is our student organization within the department. They are very active. It's a wonderful way to connect with other students who are at different points in the program, to encourage students who are earlier in their Truman CMDS journey, and also glean knowledge and information from students who are farther along compared to where you are. Join CoDA, get involved, meet others in the major, and also make a difference in our community, because quite a few of the events and projects and things that they do have that philanthropic community focus.